every job we take, we make some new friends. We get the ball, we score the goals, and then it's on again. Maybe tomorrow we'll get a brand new start. Until tomorrow, the aim is Ewood Park. Hello folks, welcome back to yet another episode of my Football Manager 2020 game save with FC20. We are stuck right dab in the middle of the winter break. Yeah, no games today. It's all about jobs, baby. All about jobs. I currently have 4 offers on the table, but another job has just come around, and I'm in limbo. I just don't know what to do. So yeah, well, I wanted to just let you know what's happening. Of course, and the transfer window's opening. A lot of bids have come in for a couple of our players. It looks like even my best laid plans of me going to a club and taking Triple L with me. China. A couple of Chinese clubs are in there. I've upset Triple L because I've not been playing in that often because Fort is the wonder kid on the right hand side. Can't really play him on the left because it just doesn't work out that well. And I was hoping that I would leave around about when the window opens up and I'd take him and Diebolt with me. And maybe a couple other boys. But yeah, a couple of bids are on the table. Patrick Bruyaya. Yeah, it's been a Chinese club have come in for him as well. Shenzhen. I've negotiated at the moment, trying to push up to 15. He's a good player, isn't he? He was the unsung hero last season. Doing okay this season as well. And maybe he's on the cusp of a Dutch call-up. You never know. Solid little player. We are top of the table, of course. No, nothing's changed there. What else is happening? Well, how can we see this? Yeah, I've put in a lot of bids for some players. So Triple L's got 2 offers on the table. I just tried to offer him a new contract so he can stick around. But yeah, I'm trying to set this team up for a good future by bringing in a couple of youngsters. For example, this guy is signed, sealed, and delivered. He's coming in. He's a Gabonese, a youngster, 15 years of age. Could end up being very, very decent. Paying just under £500,000 compensation. Scouts loved him. 35 rated. He could be another wonder kid. You never know. I'm in a bit of a contract or a bit of a dispute or a bit of a scramble with a lot of other clubs for Napoli. One of the clubs that have offered me a job. We'll talk more about that in a minute. So yeah, we're trying to sign that up. 20-year-old boxed. It could be a perfect replacement for Patrick Bruyaya. Look at him. But yeah, there's quite a bit of competition for him. You know, I think we're probably the best suited for him. So he's on the offering. Who else? Filippo Filippini is another youngster, another Frenchie. Again, that's signed, sealed, delivered. He is a left winger, right. Well, he can also play on the right hand side as well. Again, possible replacement for Triple L perhaps. Who could be on his way out as well. So Triple L, yeah, we talked about that. Freddie de Jong, Dutchie, trying to bring in some Dutchies back as well. He's at Arsenal at the moment, but on loan at Hamburger SV, formerly of he's at Alkmaar, and also, yeah, formerly of AZ Alkmaar. It would be good bringing him back to the Dutchlands, and again, he can compete as well. Peter Bhutto is another Dutch. He's at PSG, 20 years age. He could be something pretty special as well. His back history, formerly of Sparta and also PSV. They picked him up for £3.1 million. He's doing okay in the old French second, whatever that is. And we're also bringing in this guy, Dan Sekuku Diallo. He's 18-year-old Ivorian. There's a bit of a punt on this one. Not too sure. He's been scoring double digits out in the Ivory Coast a couple of seasons. And I'm sure he's going to get there this time around as well. And Thomas Dolzal is another youngster. The bids on that one, it's not done deal yet. £2.5 million we're offering. He's a striker. He could be decent as well. Pace could be a little bit more savvy, but spending the money before bugger off, but leaving him in good shape. So let's get a look at these job offers then, shall we? I may be able to delay them further. I just don't know. So the first one is Real San Sebastian, aka Real Sociedad. Now this is my team in Spain. This is who I keep an eye on. You know, a follower, maybe a supporter, fan, whatever you want to call it. They're I think at the moment, not too sure 100%, but I think their transfer budget is the highest out of all of them for £9.75 million. So we would struggle to bring in pretty much anybody from the FC20 side, anyone of any significant, decent quality. So their aspirations are reasonable, considered to, the short-term goal is to be recognised as the best of the rest. Of course, the power two with Atletico Madrid not too far behind, and then the chasing pack. So that's where they want us to be, top four. You know what? Maybe get some Champions League football. This is decent, but yeah, everything says yes for this. But the concern for me is the progression of this journey. We're jumping from the 6th tier to the 2nd tier, skipping out all this stuff in between. So you know what, it just feels like not maybe a too big a jump, maybe. And I always like to, or my goal is to see if I can end my current journey or my current part or chapter as champions, and I just don't know if I could do that with these bad boys. Atletico Madrid, I would have bloody well done it. But I just didn't think that was the case. Let's just see if I can delay this another week. So they say no. So I'm going to have to say yes or no onto this one, regardless. Next up it is Hoffenheim. Yep, just a small transfer kitty, £1 million, wage budget £1 million. And again, similar sort of scenario. They want us to finish in mid-table this season, be considered best of the rest as well. So let's take a look at these now. I like the project here. This is look at their back history here. They finished 4th not too long ago. They've been around about looks actually mid-table a little bit. They kind of dipped quite a lot over recent years, been very mid-table. But are they going to be good enough to become Bundesliga champions at all, ever? Of course, Bayern running away with it. Dortmund are your second best. They're actually struggling a little bit. So Dortmund, if that was to become like a shock bit or something, and that job becomes available, you know what? That would be an immense pickup to get this job. Also, Mönchengladbach as my German team, they're down there. They're struggling a little bit. That Mönchengladbach would be a job I'd take. Dortmund would be one I'd take. I'd even take the cursed or the boo boys at Leipzig and Leverkusen, but I don't think those two will only come soon. Borussia Dortmund maybe. Well, I'll look at the insecurities in a minute. So that's job number 2 on the offering. The other two are Napoli. So they've offered me. I've delayed it. Let's have a look at Napoli now. Napoli, their aspirations this season is to win the Serie A. Now, they are a secure financial club, not the greatest transfer window, but they've got a lot of players that could be, that could get sold off and stuff like that. A lot of English talent and a lot of money being wasted. And this could be a good clean-up firehouse sale. And also, if you look at the affiliate clubs, FC20 are in here, alongside Dundee United, Parma, Sampdoria. They've got quite a lot of affiliates here. What's the deal with these then? Napoli will send players on loan to Dundee United. No obligation. That's good. Sampdoria, and that was sent on loan. Yeah, Parma. No obligation to buy. Okay, so it's got quite a good thing, but to become champions in our first season from here, it's going to be a near on impossible task. So that's what's got me confused with that one. I did apply for the Lazio job, didn't get it. That would have been an exciting prospect as well. So that's job number 3 on the offering. Now the other one, if we go back to the inbox, is another. Get rid of that. Is another La Liga team. Yes, it is. Let's hop into La Liga then, shall we? It is Sevilla. Currently find themselves in 6th spot. So this job is up for grabs as well. They are rich. They are a decent top 5 side. They've been there or thereabouts. Fourth, up and highest 3rd just a couple of seasons ago. Finished 7th last season. They currently find themselves 6th. They're not talking about title this season. They're not even talking about title in the next 5 years. But can we win the title? Well, the history books don't agree with it. When was the last time you were champions of Spain? Only one time, 1946. What I do like about this is you got a B team. They're doing absolutely phenomenal as well. That could get promoted to the next flight. So that'd be a good project if I decide to bring Rudy Gestede with me. He can go in there, maybe score some goals for them if he's up for it. So yeah, I really don't know. So that's the pickle I'm in right now. Let's take a look at the other jobs that are going spare. If we can get over there. So the job centre, I've not looked at this for a couple of days. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one I really, really well and truly want. And the problem is now I've delayed Hoffenheim and Real Sociedad as far as I can go. Napoli, have I delayed them? And Sevilla, I think I've delayed them 1 week apiece. So we may be able to squeeze in another week. I've just applied for this. The job's not there. This is what I want. This is the one I want, really. But I've not had an interview yet, and I just don't know if it's going to happen. If they can afford it, their finances stay secure. I really want this job. I think this is for the journey, the story itself, just hopping up a next league. I would have loved to take Triple L with me and die bolt back to France, and we can compete. We can compete with this. I think we can get definitely in the Europa League spots for sure. And I think we can one day topple PSG. I think their bubble will burst, and we can come in there and win the title. So this is the one I want. What I really, really want. What else is going on? So that's the other jobs are not really of interest. So I've got basically I've offered all the top ones at the moment. Job security. So look at that. Security, all these are the other jobs. I've filtered the majority of them out. So we're looking at precarious and very insecure. Parma was, Crespo's been in here only for like 6 months or so. I did an interview for the job initially. They couldn't afford the compensation. And that's the problem. I'm hoping Marseille can afford it. And then if not, I'd have to resign and try and make it happen. Lille is definitely the one I've been keeping a close eye on, but they're just getting better and better as the season progresses. Now that they're out of Europe, they can just concentrate on that, so I doubt I'll get that. FC Co will be also another fantastic prospect, but I don't think I could compete with the league. Sampdoria is my Italian club, and again, I don't think I can compete with the league anytime soon. So those are the ones are insecure. Besides that, we're looking at it's very, very much small fry. So, if I'm a betting man, I'll tell you what. It's between Sevilla, Napoli, and probably Olympique Marseille. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's written in the stars that we take over Napoli, because that would open up a cracking opportunity for us. Let's have a quick look at Napoli. Look at the players that we're talking about here. I did quite look at them quite briefly. They've got Guendouzi there. They've got Joe Willock out on loan. They've got a couple. They've got at least one wonder kid in here. Got some nice little hot prospects. There he is, Alberto Morelli, centre back. Ainsley Maitland-Niles as well. Ruben Vinagre. We've got some familiar names in here. Divock Origi, Callum Chambers. So a lot of names that we can relate to a little bit. Vinicius, is that the one from Real Madrid? No, it's a regen, come out of nowhere. But he could be very, very savvy as well. So he could be a nice little prospect. They do have a B team, or do they? They don't have a B team. Oh, strange. Yeah, I like to have B teams. I like to have a competitive B team. But they have the affiliates, which is linked up nicely with FC20. So that's Napoli for you. Hoffenheim, I'll show you their players. The values of theirs are significantly less, but still better than us. They've got a couple of familiar names in here. Jack Larney, who is a 25-year-old Swede. They've got Jacob Brun Larsen, 28-year-old Danish fella. Anja Harrit, who is a former Schalke player. It's a very small, tight-knit squad as well. Quite a few German youngsters in there. So all in all, it's a decent-looking team. With not much wiggle room, though. There's not much wiggle room. Their B team, or Hoffenheim Zwei, here. Again, could drop Rudy Gestede in there to clean up the house and maybe score some goals. So it's I like everything. It's I'm a little bit spoiled for choice here as to where I'm going to go, and I'm just absolutely clueless. Sevilla, let's take a look at Sevilla for you. The players. Bit more expensive players. They have Leonardo Starigru, is a Swiss guy. He's an actual player. Who else? They've got this wonder kid here. Anatoly Tashevkadov is a Ukrainian. That'd be tricky. I'd have to give him a nickname. Tichenko, I'd call him. Tichenko. Bremner, as he's a 29-year-old Brazilian centre-back. Jario Riedewald, he's here. He's that one. Jesse Lingard's here. He's getting on a little bit. He's actually on to quite a... is that his value? How is he so cheap? Why is he so cheap? Weird. Jesse Lingard. Maybe I could reboot your career, buddy. Maybe I can. Yeah, so that's that. Sevilla. Real Sociedad. I'm gonna call it. And if I do take up the Real Sociedad job, I will get the name fixed so it's a little bit more legit. We can relate to it a little bit more. I just put that off. They've got a bit of money here as well. A lot of value in these players. Timothy Castagne, he's here, the Belgian fella. Just very difficult decision to make up ahead. So right now, 4 offers on the table. As for the schedule, I'm supposed to come back and do a video for you between Feyenoord and PSV. The chances are that is not going to happen. So the next time you see me, I should be in a new job. If I'm not in a new job, then shit's hit the fan again. And you know what I'm like. I'm a bit ropey with that. So that's the state of play right now. Jobs on the table. This decision needs to be made. But I'm going to wait and let you have a little bit of suspense, boys and girls. Come back tomorrow. Squeaky clean new season. Well, not squeaky clean new start somewhere, I believe. Where? I'll tell you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.